What is going on, Dragon Ball fans? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball fan manga breakdown review, where today we're going to be reviewing a fan manga entitled Dragon Ball Multiverse, which is a fan-made manga set within an alternative timeline involving various incarnations of Dragon Ball characters set within different universes and timelines to compete in a massive multiverse tournament for the grand prize to see which universe will be the universe to gain the mightiest of the Dragon Balls. As for many years now, I've been introducing and showcasing various different fan mangas created by the community for the community, so if you would like to check out all the latest and best Dragon Ball fan mangas, then make sure to check the description box and bio down below for all the latest in Dragon Ball fan mangas, including Dragon Ball AF, Dragon Ball X, Beyond Dragon Ball Super, and many others. Then be sure to check out all the Dragon Ball fan mangas listed down below, and if you are new to this channel and are a fan of anime and Dragon Ball, then don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to never miss a single upload. As we kick off Dragon Ball Multiverse manga chapter number 66, as the narration goes on to state Universe 5 apartments, and inside of one of these apartments, there seems to be an entity that's looming within the darkness, as the entity itself begins to speak, as it goes on to state it's again a real mess outside. I'd rather wait and observe. Another 2 hours. As back outside, we notice how both Videl and Bra are up against Majin Nappa. As Majin Nappa slowly presses down on Videl's ribcage, he turns on over to Bra and having to let her know, I won't get caught off guard again. As Videl grabs onto Nappa's foot, he looks down and stating, oh wait, making the assumption that he believes Videl is actually going to do something, as out of nowhere he notices that something quickly went whizzing past his leg. As right then and there, Gohan swoops on in, saving Videl and cutting Nappa's leg completely off. Which of course Nappa had not noticed because Gohan moved at such a pace to where Nappa wasn't able to detect him, and as he had done so, completely severed part of his leg off as he went to go save Videl. As Videl stands up, she kisses Gohan and having to state, thanks honey. As Gohan proceeds to tell her, I'm not, as she goes on to state, oops, Nappa actually gets their attention by screaming out, hey, no more moves. Give me your miracle medicine, I know you have some. Of course referring to senzu beans, as Gohan goes on to tell Nappa, I'm tired of this crap. And as Nappa holds Bra in a chokehold, Gohan immediately takes notice as he's about to finish off Nappa, but elsewhere, the Kaioshins all seem to be battling King Cold in his final form, as the Supreme Kai goes on to tell Daikaio, I'll go help them. As he immediately takes off, Daikaio goes on to state, boo, you have to intervene. It lasted too long already. Don't you hate Babidi? As Daikaio is basically trying to get Boo involved, the other Kaioshin are beginning to fight off against Majin King Cold. As Daikaio continues to talk to Boo, Boo goes on to reply to Daikaio by having to state, no way my friend, it's much too interesting. As Daikaio goes on to tell him people are suffering, as Boo so condescendingly replies by stating people are suffering all the time. As back with Perfect Cell, the narration goes on to state shortly before Babidi's attack, as of course Cell was popping out Cell Juniors, Cell goes on to state, phew, 3 more at max power should be enough to pin Universe 18. I'll handle Universe 16. As he proceeds to tell the Cell Juniors, hide your energies and prepare for the attack, as of course Cell's initial motive is to attack Universe 18 and 16. As one of the Cell Juniors walks on over and looking at his father, Cell looks down and having to state, no, you're too weak. Stay behind. You can, however, fight some weaklings if you want. And I really love the expression of this little Cell Jr. because everyone else is very powerful except for this one particular Majin. In which, of course, going back to Tien and Yamcha, we notice how this particular Cell Jr. begins to fight off against them, as he not only squares off against Tien, but he headsbutt Videl as the Elder Kai is trying to release Raditz's power. And as all of this happens, Cell Jr. goes on to state, kill the Kaioshins. Yes, master. As of course the initial order is for Cell Jr. to kill the Kaioshin, but during this act of desperation, Cell Jr. shoots off an attack that's headed right for the Elder Kai, as Turtle Hermit Krillin gets in the way and protecting the Elder Kai using his shell. At that point, even Raditz was concerned that the blast was going to hit him as well, as the Elder Krillin protects the Kai at all costs. But even then, Majin Cell Jr. swoops on in and kicks Krillin in the face. raising his energy more and more and more as Yamcha goes on to cry out, "No! He's going to blow up the entire apartment!" As Videl takes notice that this particular Cell Jr. is not only a threat to her, but a threat to everybody residing currently there in that apartment, Videl takes it upon herself to raise her own energy high enough to where she uses Kaioken. As Videl cries out, "Kaioken!" she rushes on in as Majin Cell Jr. is caught off guard as she punches Cell Jr. so hard that she flings him across the apartment. But even then, even as Videl punches him, she zooms right behind him and hitting him some more. Punch after punch, kick after kick, Videl is using everything in her own ability in charging up Kaioken to the maximum of her potential in putting this individual down before he can blow himself up and take everyone in the apartment with him. And I will give Videl credit in this battle because nobody would have expected for Videl to even keep up with Cell Jr. to begin with, but she does. And as Cell Jr. gets knocked against the wall, Cell Jr. begins to get very angry as he's bleeding through the nose, through his mouth, and even then, both Tien and Yamcha join the battle in having to attack Cell Jr. simultaneously together, and right then and there, as he's being held off by Tien and Yamcha, Videl raises her power level so extremely high that she ends up delivering a thunderous hammer strike from above in which she smashes Cell Jr.'s head against the floor completely, legit splattering his brains all across the floor. This had to have been one of the most barbaric moments that I've ever seen in any fan manga, because the way Videl comes off in smashing Cell Jr.'s head against the canvas has to be one of the bloodiest moments that I've ever seen. We've seen people get punched through the chest, we've seen people die in cruel ways, but this has to be one of the cruelest ways that anybody has ever gone out before. And even as Videl powers down, the effects of the Kaioken are wearing her body down as she goes on to state, "I went too far." As they quickly sit her down, Yamcha goes on to tell her, "Take a breather. You've earned it." As the Elder Kai continues in his ritual in helping Raditz, he goes on to tell everyone, "Good teamwork. Yeah, but it should have been easier if you allowed me to just release your potential, of course." As Videl sits up, she sticks the middle finger at the Elder Kai in having to cry out, "And accept your condition? Senile old perverts, you can just go screw yourself." As Raditz goes on, "What was the condition? Who did she have to kill?" As of course Yamcha goes on, "Her dignity, I believe." Basically insinuating that of course her dignity had to go if she wanted her power awakened. As the Elder Kai continues, "Okay, silence. The ceremony is only the beginning. I need to concentrate." As the Elder Kai slowly looks behind him, he goes on to say to himself he is so concentrated on the action, he didn't even notice the blockage I put in his head. And I've got hours to fine-tune it. As of course back outside, we notice a different version of Videl having to square off against Majin Android 17, and as she attempts to attack him to no avail, 17 simply ends up flipping her over as she goes on to continuously attack 17 by using a weapon, a pipe from the ground. And I really do enjoy how Videl at this point is attempting to use a weapon to stop 17, but to no avail. As 17 quickly cuts the pipe in half, a soldier out in the crowd is shown shooting an energy blast directly at Android 17 as he's holding Videl by the neck. As the impact of the actual blast causes 17 to drop her, he goes on to go ahead and state, "Watch out where you're firing at, you moron. I'll teach you." But then as 17 is about to go on ahead and finish off the individual that set off the blast, he notices that he was put down, as immediately we have the inevitable rematch between Piccolo and Android 17. As 17 goes on to ask who did, but right before Android 17 can conjure up any idea as to what just happened, Piccolo delivers a thunderous left shot to Android 17's abdominal section, and Piccolo means business because he follows with a ferocious right hook to the jaw, followed by another kick to the face before inevitably Piccolo hits 17 so hard in the face that he causes his entire head to explode due to the incredible impact behind Piccolo's punches. And keep in mind, this is the same Piccolo that fought Frieza, King Cold cooler, so this Piccolo isn't taking anything from anybody, and he is incredibly powerful, as he comes to the aid of Videl, giving her a senzu bean as he goes on to tell her, eat this, otherwise Gohan will kill me. And as Videl eats the bean, her power recovers, but then Piccolo proceeds to go on ahead and also create a new gi set for her, as he goes on to tell her light and extremely resistant. As Videl goes on to tell Piccolo, oh, thanks, basically giving him the same uniform that he had given Gohan during the Cell games. But meanwhile, back with the Supreme Kais and King Cold, the Supreme Kais are managing to hold King Cold in place, but then as King Cold is being held down by the Kaioshins, originally Captain Ginyu, who is inside of King Cold, cries out change and having to change with one of the Kaioshin. As the other Kaioshin quickly notice, Captain Ginyu, who is inside one of the residing Kaioshin, uses his own energy in slitting his own throat. So basically what Captain Ginyu is doing is he's switching bodies with the Kaioshin, and as he's doing so, he quickly commits suicide before quickly having to swap bodies with the next Kaioshin. And as he proceeds to slit his own throat, he uses change once more on Shin. As Shin proceeds to do the same in cutting his own throat, the Kaioshin that had originally swapped bodies with King Cold, aka Captain Ginyu, swoops on in and knocking some sense into one of the other Kaioshin, preventing Captain Ginyu in stealing the other Kaioshin's body, but completely ends up failing, as once more we notice how the Kaioshin is just about to slit her own throat once more. As King Cold swoops on in, it becomes an utter bloodbath, but ultimately what ends up happening here is the Kaioshin does in fact end up dying. Now by the end of it, Captain Ginyu manages to go back inside of King Cold's body. As the other remaining soldiers look on, the Kaioshin that were originally fighting him have now all committed suicide and are now dead. As of course, once Captain Ginyu gets back inside of King Cold's body, he goes on to raise his power level and having to cry out, Master Babidi, I defeated the gods for you. As meanwhile, back with Perfect Cell, he's holding on to some of the Universal soldiers that were opposing him, as he goes on to state, well. As the Universal Soldier's data goes on to read energy remaining 0.2%, energy remaining 0%. As they begin to die, Cell then goes on ahead to use his tail in absorbing and sucking the life energy out of these soldiers in his attempts of getting stronger. As Cell proceeds to go on and state, well then, he's beginning to drain the life out of these individuals as the manga chapter comes to a close. Now I do have a few things to say. Now so far, Dragon Ball Multiverse is going to be continuing, however, the process is going to be very slow because there are 2 more chapters remaining, one of which is complete while the other is still incomplete but ongoing currently. So I will be keeping you guys up to date with all the latest in terms of Dragon Ball Multiverse chapters. However, just to give you guys a little bit of an inside sneak peek, I will also be covering other fan mangas from other animes and video games, such as 2 primary ones that I'm currently working on right now, which one of them is the Resident Evil / Silent Hill crossover fan manga, and the other is a One Punch Man fan manga as well as Dragon Ball fan mangas as well. So just to keep you guys updated on that, if you guys want to see more of the outside fan mangas involving horror such as Resident Evil and other things alongside other animes as well, let me know in the comment section below. But I think this chapter was really fun because it goes as far as to show us how barbaric things can get, and I think that Captain Ginyu has to be one of the smartest individuals a part of this entire fight right now, because he simply used body change from one Kaioshin after the other and having to commit suicide just to prove his point. So I think that was incredibly barbaric, and I think that it was really cool to see the overall detail behind that. But now that it seems like the villains are having the upper hand against our heroes, the question lingers as to what the overall direction is going to be going forward, and if our current heroes are somehow going to be returning onto the battlefield in preventing these individuals from destroying our heroes and completing Babidi's wish and destroying literally the entire tournament from within. But I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below. What are your overall thoughts on this entire situation? What are your thoughts on seeing Perfect Cell beat out the Universal Soldiers, the Kaioshin having to commit suicide, and King Cold, aka Captain Ginyu, still having to reign supreme? Let me know your thoughts down below, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys are new to this channel and love anime and Dragon Ball alongside fan fiction, don't forget to go ahead and smash that subscribe button, turn on all notifications, slap a like down below if you guys are ready for more. Check out the official playlist located down below to where you guys can find more awesome fan mangas like this, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys down the comment section below. Have a great day, everybody. Peace!
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming and all his social media platforms. Also, don't forget to turn on notifications so you can be the first to know every time that he uploads a new video.
Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god!
The fuck, someone? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes, but Jesus Christ, that's huge!